Alright, good morning everyone. It's 5 a.m. On Sunday here in Sydney. We're here for the Crazyhouse World Championship. I'm up against Svenos in the round of 32. We're about to get started. I believe a number of the other matches have already been completed. So we've got a 3-minute time limit. We'll be playing about 10 matches. So good luck to my opponent Svenos. We'll get underway. Okay, e4, e5. Oh, he's played an early f7 sack. Okay, against this, I don't mind giving the piece back. I don't see this played too often against me. Yeah, I'm just basically defending the knight here. So knight g5's been played. Now I need to decide if I want to play king g8 or king f8. So I think I prefer king g8. The reason being that it just defends the rook if he wants to play knight at f7 later on. So we'll take with the knight. Now if knight at f7, I've got queen f6. That is now threatening mate on f2. It's castled. Okay. Now there's a few options here. We can play bishop at h4, which forks here, or bishop at c4, which is threatening pawn at e2 and also capture on f7. I think I prefer bishop at c4. Looking at it now, maybe I prefer bishop at h4. I think this is right, taking here. Now I could play pawn e2, but then I think white can capture that. I'm going to grab the knight. And this bishop is still good. It's still defending here. So rook at e8 played. Yeah, I'm going to need to defend against this. And here's why I like bishop at h4 a little bit better now, because I'd still be attacking everything. d3 now actually helps white a fair bit. I'm going to bring this back to hit the rook. This bishop still covers f8. So we're both down to a minute now. I need to be mindful of the clock. So yeah, maybe bishop at h4 is a little bit better. So I'm expecting here this rook will get trapped and he'll have to swap this for the knight at some stage, and then we've just got a game from there. Oh, he's taken h7. Okay. Yeah, he's generating some attack here. I have to put the queen on d6. I don't want to put it on a white square because he can play g6 himself. Here I'm just going to consolidate. Oh, he's found a way in. Yeah, this isn't ideal. Okay, I missed that. He's got the initiative here. I'm in a bit of trouble. Yeah, it's on the clock here. Oh, knight at f6. I'm in trouble here. He has got me on the ropes. This is definitely better for white. Nicely done. He's taken the first match off me. Yeah, I thought I was defending that, but I'm disappointed with bishop at c4. I should have played bishop at h4. So nice play, Svenos. He's taken the first match. Alright, as usual, I've got a bit of juice to help me out. I've got some orange juice here. So yeah, I don't think the punters were expecting that, because I saw in the predictions there are a lot of 6-0s. So Svenos has definitely taken the first match. I will not be winning this 6-0. So I like how he kept pressing the attack there. That was nice play. And then he had to take that in the time scramble, and he was pretty calm the whole way through. So I'll need to be quite mindful of the clock. All right, we've got an early d5 played here. So the idea of generally this sacrifice you saw, I mean, it's d5 e6, is that you know, white captures here and then black gets a fair bit of mobility. So my play here is really to try to narrow the amount of play that black can get. I get the feel that this opponent likes to be quite active. So I'm just going to play pawn at c5, really block up this bishop, and prevent c5, and then attempt to consolidate. So he's looking at undermining e3 here and then capturing on c5 when Jack is in the channel. No, I've not played Svenos before. This is the new opponent. Oh, oops, I've just allowed pawn at d5 here. That's not the best. But we'll get knight d16 and attacking the bishop. Okay. Alright, get some sugar in at 5 AM. Let's get going. Okay. Queen b6 played. I think that's a good move. So he's basically pinning this. So I'll capture it. I don't mind having this piece swapped off. Okay, so he's got a few pieces in hand here. I've got a lot going on in the center. There's some potential attack here. So what I want to try to do is keep my king safe as it is from here. Nothing's in my half at the moment except for this pawn, which is too far away from the king to be concerned. So I feel white's got what, the 2 pawns for the piece. Okay, knight at g4. Let's see where we go from here. I think I should grab this and try to hit him from the back rank. Okay, bishop at f2. Could take it. And queen at h1 takes knight f2. I think this one should be taken. And I'm going to hit again on the back rank. So I think that's too dangerous for him. If he takes with it, knight at e7 will be made. Okay, 1-1 on the board. Okay, let's see where this goes. So see if he goes bishop f7 again. This time, instead of bishop at c4, I'll be looking for an improvement on bishop at h4. So he seems happy to go down the same line. I think I've learned my lesson and made a mistake here. So the difference will be here that after knight takes and king takes, I'll see if I should play king takes. Maybe I should grab f2 first. Difference is that he can't defend this knight as well as he otherwise could have. Yeah, I think this is right. Because there's now 2 attackers on g5. This is attacking f2. So last time I had a bishop on c4 and he was able to cover off red on e2 and also defend the knight at the same time. This time he won't have such a resource because I can capture the knight. Okay, so rook at f5. Yeah, I'm just happy to take this. So he has the queen in hand, but I've got a number of pieces here I should be able to make use of. Now c3 played to be active with d4, but he's leaving this d3 square unmarked. And I should definitely put something there, because that just really blocks up all his pieces. Can't move this bishop, can't move this knight, therefore you can't move this rook. So he's really limited to just this queen and the queen he's got in hand. Now I need to be careful because if I lose a knight, then some things could happen with knight at f7. But at the moment here, I'm basically looking for him to expend this queen, and then at some stage I'd like to strike up. So Yeah, Queen F3 played. I can afford to allow Knight at F7. I need to be careful because I may have some tricks. Knight at F4, takes, Queen E8, Rook at F8, Knight F7, E8. Yeah, I'm seeing that I'm safe enough here. So if he could play Queen at F8, then losing the Knight would be more dangerous, because that's directly mate. In this case, it is still something to be mindful of. But the sharpest line I saw is, taking either Knight. Let's say he captured F4 to recapture, Knight at F7, King G8, Queen at E8. Sorry, not Queen E8. An interesting move would be Knight E5, or if I did something like Bishop E5, Queen at E8, Rook at F8, Pawn F7 check, King H8, Queen F8, Bishop F8, Rook at G8 mate. It doesn't quite work because after Queen takes, Knight at F7, takes Knight E5. I've got Knight E5 myself, and that covers F7. So the Queen E8, Pawn F7 idea doesn't work. Okay, but he's just played G3 here. So yeah, something like Pawn at G2 looks quite dangerous. So we'll go for that. So that's a straight up mate threat here. Okay, now do I have anything that's going to threaten mate soon? We'll get this on first. I need to think if I want to defend here or I better make up a decision quickly. Yeah, we'll have to defend, I think. I'm threatening Knight F4, but low on time. Yeah, this isn't ideal. Not really coming up with the resources. I'm at risk of losing another game here, I feel. Yeah, I'm lost again. This isn't good. I'm talking a lot and not actually making moves. Okay, nice play, nice play. I thought I had more with Rook at E1, but I didn't actually. So I'm down 2-1 now. All right, Svenos giving me a run for my money for sure. I thought I'd be better after Bishop at H4. Maybe I am, but I'm getting myself into time trouble. So maybe as black, I need to be a bit more mindful of watching the clock. I'm not unhappy with the positions I'm getting. I'm just not executing in the critical moments. So yeah, some good plays from Svenos to begin with. Okay, stock standard E4, E5 line. So this is usually quite a strong line for white. Let's make sure I get this right. So now this is quite a well-known line. knight at g6 is a mate threat here, but there's also other ideas with knight g5 that create a lot of pressure. So I suspect that my opponent maybe hasn't seen this line before. Play knight g5, threatens f7 and h7. I got a lot of comments now. I don't know, people telling me to stop calculating lines. No, I mean I'm you know, it's all about supporting the game. So I wanna put in a good stream first, create some interest with this. So yeah, the alternative is that I could just play this without commentary and keep it fairly quiet, but I want to be able to make use of this opportunity to comment on a few good games. Alright, let's go rook at f8. Now knight at g5. Yeah, how do I want to do this? Shouldn't spend too much time. Knight at g5. He's got bishop h5, but I can capture f7. Or is even queen h5 stronger here? Yeah, I like queen h5. And after bishop h5, I've got pawn at f7. And very difficult to stop mate after that. Alright. So knight at f7 will finish here. Okay, so we're at 2-all. So whites have all the wins here. Okay, I'm expecting Svenos will play the bishop f7 sack again, because it's been successful twice. Maybe I'm also a little bit out of practice defending against it. So I'm happy to get into the position, but I just don't think I'm executing well afterwards. He's still going to go for the same. Ooh, queen of 3. Okay, he's decided to change it up. Okay, so queen f3. Now, can I capture it, or is that too dangerous? The idea is after queen f3, there's a nasty knight h6 trick, which is threatening mate. And yeah, I'm just going to be sensible. I'm going to avoid this trade. So if the capture here, I'm looking to see if I should capture this knight, in fact. There's queen b3 to be mindful of though. I can block with knight at e6. Queen b7 takes, that's safe. Queen f4, queen f4, pawn f7. Queen f7 takes. Alright, looks interesting enough. Queen g5. Oh, is d4 risk? No, we'll go queen g5. This looks risky because basically a pawn mates me now. So pawn at f7 would be it. I'm not as concerned about this move unless I've missed something. I was looking at moves like Queen b3 because then if you play Bishop e6, takes Bishop at f7 or mate, doesn't matter whether the king takes the knight or moves to f8. Queen f4 is also interesting. I have to play Queen f4 and then after pawn f7 I'd have to recapture and then knight takes, king takes. The idea of Queen g5 though is that if something like that forceful isn't played, then this knight should fall. But okay, it's a minute and a half each. Probably made the mistake of talking too much last time around, so let's make sure I keep up with the tempo. This is covered now. I'm now hitting g2, so I don't feel Queen b3 is as useful after Rook at e8's been played. Obviously, if Rook at e8 hadn't been played yet, then Rook at g8 would still be a resource. Okay, so Queen d5 is to attack Bishop on c5. Now I could try to play Queen g2 here. Or I can just defend. So knight at e6 is pretty solid as well. I just feel I should have mate or something if he runs up. Yeah, okay, I can see mate. So if he takes here, Queen e4 should be mate. The key is not letting his king run up to d3 because then he runs to open space. So I can see if bishop at e2, I can take the rook. That'll be convincing. If bishop at e3, I've got knight at g2, king d1, pawn at e2 takes. I'll just play it out here. I can see the mate already. Finishes with knight at h3 mate on the king here. So king d1, pawn at e2. And then I make use of this resource, just pawn on f3. King is back to f1, and knight at h3 to finish. Alright, so relieved to win one of those black positions with e4, e5. Okay, let's try to get back track. I'm up 3-2 now. So I felt Svenos got quite an active game from this last time. I didn't really shut down the opening as well as I'd like to. He's changed up, he's taken with the knight on this occasion. So here, let's castle. Now if he captures, I've got to take this knight. So, because this knight's defending the bishop basically. So I don't end up a piece down, I've got to capture this knight. Okay, but most importantly, this king's tucked away before the queen comes in. Now, if he takes c3, there's knight at c7. So there's a few weaknesses here. If he decides to castle, I can also start the attack myself. So generally, playing the opening d5, e6 is probably not to get a position like this. Black's looking for more usually. So knight at e7 I could play. I think it's worthwhile grabbing h6. If he plays king g7, I can take it and then I'll have plenty of play. This queen is here, but if he runs back, I've got enough diagonals to mate him with bishop at h6, pawn at g7. If he ran up, he'd be defending for the rest of the game. So. Okay. Moving ahead for 2. Okay, e4, e5. Right, he's still continuing with the same opening. I think that's the right decision. He's won 2 out of 3 from this variation. Okay, let's see if he might take the rook again and look to improve with queen b3. So knight h8 is not forced in any way. Yeah, he could do something else first like this. So let's be careful. There's some nasty tricks here. I'm looking at knight d4, but he's got a double check. He can come here, and then there's some kind of queen g8, knight h6 tricks. I'd block with the bishop. Where does that take us? Yeah, that looks pretty safe. I'm just going to block with the bishop here. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned if I play something like, oh, let's hold on a second. Knight d4, I was going to say. Make sure I don't slip with the mouse or play the moves properly. I was going to say, if I played knight d4 before, kind of back. Bear with me a moment. I'll demonstrate what I'm trying to do. Back at queen b3, he had like knight h6, king f8. Knight takes h7, takes and queen g8, which was looking quite threatening. So that's why I've blocked it off with bishop at e6. Okay, queen b5, let's get back to the game. So, yeah, I don't mind if I can... No, that rook I can't really secure. Back off a little bit. Alright, 2 minutes left to play, so just got to keep my eye on that clock. Time travel is giving me some problems today. I just need to try to undermine e8 in some way, whether that be queen f7 or attacking it in some other way. The nice thing about this pawn on f4 is it fends off any activity here later. So yes, you know, with this bishop f7 check thing, I mean, you get moved, you get moved around a lot with your king, but there are ways of holding it. You've just got to hold out defensively a little bit longer, and then quite often the residual position you're left with is still quite good for black, because if white hasn't developed these, then it becomes a problem. Okay, so he's decided he's going to cash in already, so he's got a double attack here. How can I attack yet? I'm not going to attack just yet. I'm just going to cover the rook. Make sure I hold on to both these pieces. Okay, sacking the queen. Alright, well, I've got to start attacking here, or his attack grows too large. So f3 is natural, hitting e2. And it also threatens to take on g2 to make ground that way. Oh, that's just made in one. Alright, so I've moved ahead to 5-2 here. I've steadied the ship a little bit up against this bishop takes f7 line. Okay, e4, e5. Alright, I'll mix it up a little bit up against bishop c5. I'll go bishop e2 this time. I feel like this isn't his natural opening. I feel like he wasn't quite comfortable with what he got, and now he's mixing it up a little because he wasn't aware of the mainline sacks that were happening. So I'm gonna change it up a little bit with bishop e2. It's a little more passive, but Good to have a bit of variety, right? Okay. I'm going to grab this knight first, replace with knight at d5. And then I want to push up with c3, d4. So this is just a bit of a slow build. Nothing special yet for either player. It's still all balanced. We both just have to play a game. Ooh, knight at d4. So that's an early knight sack. So I'll take him up on that one. Take this knight first. I think it's too dangerous for black to allow this. Bishop h6, because this knight is now leaving its post, pawn at e7 becomes a threat. And after takes, then knight at f6 is on as well. So yeah, he didn't need to give up material here. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore pawn at h3 and keep going with my attack. So if he decides he's going to ignore everything, knight at f6 will be mating. So knight f6, gf, knight takes, king across, promote to a queen. That puts a rook in hand. After this, rook at h7 is mate. Or, well, yeah, direct pawn at g7 if he takes here, but even if he goes king h8 immediately, there's gf, queen takes, rook at h7. Yeah, I think knight at d4 is giving away a little too much. Oops, hang on. So yeah, I know a lot of players have stopped at 6 matches or 6 wins, so I don't mind playing the full 10 if he wants to go ahead. Yeah, just so we can continue the stream and keep it going. So yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I need to test myself. You know, go up against this bishop f7 sack again. Lost 2 matches, getting into time trouble. So Svenos has done a good job here. I think a lot of players are expecting 6-0, and he's shown them up, and that's not quite right. So okay, we've got a nice open, will be quite sharp position that comes with this. And as for myself, I mean, I don't like to enter a match with any expectations. So, you know, I think it would be a bit presumptuous to assume a 6-0 against anyone. And besides, I mean, I think it's important because, you know, during a match, you don't want that sort of thing to be playing on your mind. You don't need any additional pressure beyond what's going on the board. So, you know, some people look at their past results too much. I prefer to think you can't win them all, and you got to move on from your losses. You should certainly take a look at your losses. You learn a lot from them, but you can do that outside the game, not during the game. Okay, so I'll work out what I want to do here. I'm not going to take up too much time. I'll play knight at d3. I'm just happy to pick off this pawn. Just destabilize this king a little bit. And this kind of blocks his own bishop in. How do I want to play this? I'll just play bishop at c6. Pawn at h3 looks decent. Queen's still covering d3. Queen f7 certainly isn't anything to be concerned about. There's plenty of coverage of the entry points for a knight. So I've now got this diagonal established. The bishop also covers e4, which is a square that's sometimes you can get black to put a blocker on here and choke up the open movement. But okay, this should be decisive now. Okay, we're now at 7-2. Okay, I'll play a d4. We've been playing e4 mostly. So for those tuning in to look at the scores because they're interested in how the prediction's gone, this will be recorded as 6 games to 2 because it's first to 6. We're just playing out the full 10 matches. Okay. So yeah, I'm not entirely familiar with this position. I'm just going to look to develop all the pieces naturally. And I figure at some stage maybe there'll be a break with e5, but I need to make sure it's on my terms. He could play e5 at some stage, which then locks me out, so I got to be mindful of that too. Like it's just what I'm thinking right now. Alright, I'll be a little bit reckless. Let's not overthink things. I just want to get active here. Ah, good move. So that's really preventing bishop g6 and also getting a knight to a good square. So let's activate this knight. It's hitting d6. I'm going to need some more pieces in hand. I need some more pawns to hit here. Yeah, dropping a fair bit. Let's grab this. He might want to take g5. I think that's quite a reasonable play as well. Try to undermine the attack here. That's good. I'm tempted to play knight f7, but let's go for it. I'm going to undermine g6. I actually think black's better here. I'm playing a practical game. So I mean, black's got things to be careful. Okay, rook f8 can't be played. It's pawn h7 mate. So also taking the bishop is probably a little bit risky. And it's allowing pawn h7. Knight g5 would come in as well. So it's going to require a bit of accurate play here. Maybe something like rook e7 is accurate, and then pawn h7, king f8, pawn g7 takes tags. But if he plays rook e7, he's losing the bishop here. So it may even be about leaving this rook here and trying to attack some other way. So I'm going to play pawn h7 because I'm seeing rook at g8 is something I'd like to support. Let's take that now. Get rook at g8. Now that's doing a double attack here, so I'm supporting this knight. So yeah, I'm not really trying to see all the angles here. I'm just trying to play practically and make the most annoying threats possible. Okay, well, this looks a bit dangerous for him. So I'll go this way. Or should I? I can take the queen. Takes queen at g8. We'll grab the queen. So what's the piece I want from here? It's probably a knight. Now here's where I often start going too slow. That's what I've done today. So you can try to calculate a whole lot of stuff here. I think what's important with the time on the clock is basically saying, well, let's just keep the black king less safe than the white king. So if I just actually focus on this area for a little bit, clear up his aggressive pieces, even if I'm not playing the best moves, I'm not finding mate, I should find myself in good territory. Yeah, I'm chasing his king to safety that way. Okay, now I get decisive. But let's not lose on time as well. That's all part of being practical. Not quite, mate. Alright, well, I'll just grab E2 to be safe. Well, he's not giving up. Okay, so I'll take the match 8-2 in the end. I'll thank my opponent first. So yes, happy to progress through to the round of 16. Okay, so yeah, well done to Svenos. Put up a real good fight. We were at 2-all after the first 4 matches, so he really gave himself a chance. Yeah, I'm going to close off this particular stream now, but I'm going to come back and yeah, we'll find what we can on Lead Chess, see if we can play a bit more Crazyhouse. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Thanks for joining.